Hi everybody, I'm Tandy Gutierrez, and this is your 3-day, 3-card reading for your body, mind, and soul. This is for November 31st, December 1st, and December 2nd. Hello, December. Holy cow. Okay, so please remember this is a general reading. I have a meditation, I say a prayer, I ask that the guides and guardians bring me messages that are helpful and positive and useful for you on your path. So really just listen, like if there's some omens, there's some keywords, some key phrases that help you think about things differently, that let the light bulb go off, that's fantastic. If not, don't worry about it, move on. Okay, we all have free will, so we get to make our own choices. But the beautiful part is that these readings are meant to help you really connect with your intuition and your path, right? So I'm just here to facilitate and to help, just like I do on the mat with your workouts. In these readings, I'm just bringing you more of a spiritual connection to yourself and bringing messages through. It's not everybody's thing to hear and listen stuff and pass it on. So for those of us who it is our thing, we've got to share it, right? So the goal is to be helpful. And again, if it rings true for you, wonderful. And if it doesn't, don't worry about it, okay? So it's a 3-card reading. I pull a card for your body, mind, and your soul. I look at kind of what's going on for you all as a group, my followers, my fans, and my members and subscribers to the site for the workouts. Then I take that energy read and then directly put it into the workouts for you all so that I'm helping you balance on all spectrums. Me and that triangle of wellness, right? So body, mind, and spirit, we've got to work on things from all sides. And so this lets us do that a little bit more deeply and maybe a little bit more fun, okay? So I'm still shuffling. I will pull 3 cards. I'll show them to you as I go, okay? So here we go. Last day of November and December 1st and 2nd. Where does the time go? Okay, here we go. What do we got? It's always fun for me to see too, right? Like, what's happening? Okay, body, mind, and spirit. So the last reading that we had, and I always, they speak to each other, as life does. Was a really interesting one. And these don't, they're never less interesting than the other, okay? So, all right, body card came out reverse. And some decks don't like to be read in reverse. And then sometimes you just need to see it right side up so that we understand, okay? So, all right, 4 swords, it's the lamb. You can head into all the symbolism of innocence and the representation of, Jesus and God, and it's got this bright sunshine, right at its third eye. So internal intuition and internal knowledge, really letting that shine. So swords is also your intellect and your thought process and your mind and your thinking. So this one came out upside down. Which usually means you need a little bit of help with that. There's kind of a stalemate there. So this is your body card. And it seems that you've got this new concept and new idea of what it means to create and craft and evolve a fit and healthy body. That it really does come more from the inside and resonates out, which is apparent here with, the sun right at that temple. Okay, so there's really strong thoughts of newness and divine and spirituality in thinking about your body now instead of it just being physical, which is fascinating, right? There's an innocence to that because it's new information for you and sounds a little magical. We like magic around here. 4 is also, perseverance and persistence in numerology. So I think that this is cool because, it's upside down, which means you need some work. You're not totally willing to accept that yet. Like, Tandy, I have been on the mat with you. I have worked out for a lifetime. You have to work out to change your body. It's not all about this hooey magic inside your brain. You got to do all 3, right? Triangle of wellness, body, mind, and soul. But this thought is coming to you now that it's maybe more about it. maybe has more to do with it than you wanted to admit. And those thoughts are, these are these bright sunshine. They're going to burn off the fog, burn off the junk, and let you be innocent and new in this process instead of going, I already know, I've done every workout, I've done every diet. Remember, this card is about your physical body. So where you're at right now with your physical fitness and your health is that you're coming to terms with this thought of, maybe my intuition and my spiritual grounding and my thoughts about my body have way more to do with the outcome than I thought, which is what I teach. So hooray, you're in the right place. And again, Four of Swords, it's like you're thinking about this, it's in your mind, but it has everything to do with your physical body. You're not quite there in accepting it yet, but that's okay. It takes time. And that 4 is perseverance and persistence. So you've just got to keep going, basically. Like, just keep thinking. Just keep getting on the mat and let it unfold. Don't force it and just sit with it. Because what's that little lamb doing? He's just hanging out. He's just sitting, letting his little light shine bright, right? I'm going to start singing this little light of mine. So it's a good one, okay? Mind. Well, this is lovely too. You guys are all just kind of coming out of the dark with things. So mind, all of this, this is like, can't see the forest for the trees. It's dark. It's a mess. It's all brambly. It's overgrown. It's kind of a mess. And then you've got this gorgeous, beautiful butterfly way up above it. But, to me, like it just came out of there. So in your mind, you're coming out of the brambles, out of these old, rotting ideas and sticks. And like you're walking out of the forest that's been overloaded with just junk. People they haven't cleaned it up, right? Old paradigms in your mind. But look how gorgeous. Like, it's not a cocoon. It's not a chrysalis. It's a full-fledged, gorgeous blue and green butterfly. So green is, rebirth, renewal. It's also the color of the heart chakra. And it is more blue than anything else, right? Blue is the throat chakra. And can you speak your truth? Can you go be your true self in the world? And really just fly free. But it's funny because to me it looks like a little butterfly, like he's not quite grown yet, which is neat too because this one was, more of the innocent and the beginning thoughts because it wasn't totally accepted yet. So in your mind, you've got these old paradigms that you've been stashing away. It's like the cobwebs, the creaky cobwebs in your brain, but you're leaving them. Like, you haven't quite cleaned them out and like gotten rid of them, but you've risen above them and go, I've got new thoughts, I've got new ideas, I've got new feelings and new energy and new emotions about stuff. And maybe I don't clean them up. Maybe I just leave them there and I fly off. So that's, nice. So your mind is in a really fresh, new place. And it may feel empty, but it may just feel so freeing and open, right? You just get to fly. So know that you don't always have to go clean up. Sometimes you can just leave stuff, right? Okay? So body, mind, spirit. Father of Cups. So the Black Swan. Black Swan tends to have more of a negative terminology. But swans in general are internal balance. And the Black Swan, to me, is like, okay. All right. So this is your spirit card, where you felt really like dark about it, the things that keep you balanced, the things that you believe to be true, like it's either been in shadow. Internally, you are balanced. Like this is a grown-ass swan, right? And it's that father energy, that archetypal of supplying food, water, shelter, like providing. Okay, so that you've had things that have provided for you spiritually that internally keep you very balanced, but there's been like a shade over it that you, or actually the external, perceives them as dark, as black, as bad, when really the darkness and the black is great. I don't know why I'm thinking of sharing this with you all, but that witches wore all black to deflect negative energy. So it wasn't that they were negative and dark themselves. It was actually to keep out the negative and the dark. And so Father of Cups, cups is your emotional, it's that watery energy that your spirit is I think that you know what works for you and what keeps you internally balanced and connected to spirit. And so that provides for you in this very functional, healthy way. But the perception from the outside in your life sees it as dark and bad and witchcrafty. That sounds, yeah, okay. That was a little interesting today. And I think emotionally, like, your cup is full because it's upright, right? And that you feel independent about it. It's a single cup. I don't know if that's preventing you from really attaching to the things that work for you on a spirit level, or if you're just like being clear and aware of that. I don't know. So that one sometimes is a little confusing. But just because it's not coming through totally clear, but for your body, you know, you're into new ways of thinking. It's dawning on you from the inside out. You just need perseverance and persistence and time to sit with it. And then that, you know, gives you real calm and clarity on the situation for your body. Then into your mind, you're leaving the brambles and the old paradigms of the way you thought things were, or the only way you thought they could be. And you're really rising above it in your mind and flying free, which is gorgeous. And then in your spirit, you know what connects you and fills your cup and provides for you. But either you're seeing it or perceiving it as dark and not good, or you're afraid that other people will perceive it as dark and not good, or there's some old paradigm, you know, in the brambles over here that still thinks of it as dark and not good. But I'm really clear to tell you that black is actually not dark and not good. It actually deflects negativity. And so the goal of being all black and dark is to bring in the light and to reflect light. I know, you know, yin and yang, the balance of it, and learning balance and understanding that balance. So there you go. 4, 6, 10, and 1 is 11. So the number for today, which I don't always do, is 11, which is embracing your individuality, and it's a divine number. So it's also a sign of spirit and a sign of divinity. It's positive, but you've really got to embrace your individuality with all of the new thoughts, flying free from the old paradigms, and, you know, embracing and understanding the balance and what the dark side. We just went Star Trek, not Star Trek. Oh my God, Star Wars. So there you go. Okay. So 11, I'm glad I shared the number with you today because that makes way more sense. That you're coming to terms and coming into your own individuality, and it may not look like everybody else's in your family, in your community, and your friends, and that you're coming out of an old way of thinking and doing things, which will affect everything, your body, mind, and spirit, and how you show up in the world. Okay? So I hope that you got your messages today and what you needed. And if you have any questions or comments, go ahead and leave them below. Thank you for being here for this reading. I love you. And if you're interested in working out with me on the mat, you head over to the website, and I will see you there.